no matter what stage you are in into this one business, you are definitely going to come across this one challenge with less attendees. So you are doing the webinars for the first time. You're initially doing the webinars. Say it can be organic because you're trying to generate leads and you're doing the webinar one. You can be investing money into advertisements for the first ever time and you are generating leads through advertisements. And one thing that is for sure is you're going to have initial couple of webinars where you've got like either 0 people or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it grows after that. Cool, you need to trust in the process where it grows over a period of time, but initially you have to deal with it. So that's what we are going to talk about in this one video. The topic of this one video is going to be 5 ways to deal with your initial webinars with less attendees, because this is something you actually need to be experiencing. So when you are starting to work out for the first time, your body is going to get sore the next day. You need to be enjoying that. So when you are doing something for the first time, either you're scared or you're nervous, enjoy those moments, because once you get in a habit of doing those things, you're not going to feel this emotion back again. So when I started to do my own webinars after training over 2,000 members in my mentors community, and now doing my own webinars, where back in the day when I used to mentor people inside my mentors community, how it used to be, there used to be 100 people, 90 people, 80 people, 70 people, 100 people. Then there was a time where there was just 20 people. So I had an experience of so many things. Cool. Then what started to happen is when I started my own webinars right now. So the first day nobody came. I was like, okay, great. The next day one person came. The whole courses of me is recorded in English. This is recording in English. He does not know English. So that happened. It was very sweet and very cute conversation that I had with that person. Then the next 3 people attended. Okay. Out of 3, what happened was one stayed until I made the sale, until I reached the point where I introduced to the community. Left it the moment I introduced it. The other person came late, but then he stayed the whole sales pitch and kind of said, sorry, I'm not going to invest it in, and left it. One person who came, he left in the midway. So these things are going to happen for a period of time. How do you deal with this one? That is how I'm going to show you this. How have I been dealing with over a period of time? I'm going to share it so that you benefit out of this one, because this is going to happen. No matter what stage you are in, this is going to happen. Point number 1 is make the presentation ready. You make your PPT, scan a presentation, like have 400. I had 422 slides on the first day of webinar. Okay. Now I had experience of dealing with people, doing webinars, helping people out, getting them results. I had those experience. Now when I came down to the webinar part of it, where I'm doing my own business, I'm introducing my own academy all over the place. So I'm interacting with the cold audience. Okay. So first thing, you need to be having your presentations ready. That is point number 1. Where if, for example, 10 people join in, the presentation has to be ready. So you don't panic. Presentation has to be ready. But if there are no people coming in, and like one person there, second person there, you cannot go in the direction of the webinar. Cool. But just go with the flow. How and what the person is going to ask, go with the flow. That's what we are going to cover in the next one. Keep it conversational based. Cool. You need to be making sure that it is conversational based. You ask questions, let them unmute themselves, make them the panel. Keep on, because there's just one person there. There's like 2 people there. There's just 1 or 2 people, or even 5 people there. Keep it conversational based and let them know the reality of it. Because if there are 2 people and you're saying there are like 200 people inside the webinar, they'll know exactly. They'll sense you. So why to fool themselves, which is fooling ourselves? Don't do that. Keep it honest and keep it as a conversational based. Tell them it's like, I invited 10 people, just you came. Completely, it's fine with me. I'm going to do this. Is going to enable me and allow me to be more helpful to you. I can personally be there for you instead of talking to 100 people or 200 people or 20 people or even 5 people. I can give my personal attention, my whole experience to you on the go. So it will give them the privilege. Use those as leverages. Point number 2. Point number 3 is make them talk to you. When you are doing people with less number of people, when you're doing a webinar with less number of people, one, it's not webinar anymore. It's the conversation. In other words, it's just a one-to-one, or it's discussion. Either way. When you're doing this, make them talk to you. Make them unmute themselves. Ask them questions. Not on the chats. Chats mein chalo theek hai. They'll do it. But then somehow push them so that they can talk to you. Which will enable them to voice out 1 second. When they are voicing out, they are saying yes 1,000 times. They are saying no like 200 times. And they're agreeing with what you're saying. They're like yes. So this subconsciously and subliminally primes them to make that decision and saying yes to the payment was there. So this becomes more powerful, just like very powerful tool. We have less number of people, low attendees. I'm talking about low attendees. We're expecting high number of attendees, but you're getting low attendees. Use that as a leverage. Cool. Point number 3. Point number 4 is convert the webinar and keep it either in 2 ways: conversational based or discussion based. Cool. Conversation happens one-on-one. If there's like you have reached out like 1,000 people and just one person came, it's okay. Now you have got an opportunity to be with that person personally, one-to-one. Keep it conversation. When it comes to group, there's like 5 people or like 4 people, 5 people, 10 people joining in. You can now get into discussions with them. Like you can keep on talking to them, interacting with the whole group. Like, this is my perspective. Can you share your perspective? Like this. Like I give you a task. Like, can you all do the task? Okay. Now can you share me what you have done? So you're keeping it more conversational and discussional based. 5th point, keep it cool and less formal. Go with the chill flow. 5th point is go with the chill flow. Matlab, meaning is when you are with less number of people, don't stick to the presentation. Presentation is only the guide over there. When you have large number of people, then go with the presentation flow, because you have made the presentation learning a lot of tactical stats, tactical part of it, logical part of it, emotional part of it, and you've created something that is going to serve a lot of people. So webinar is more on the lines of serving a lot of people at once. Now when they are not coming, this may seem boring to the people who are not there, because what's going to happen is, again, webinar is one way, is one-sided conversation. You are going to talk for 90 minutes or 120 minutes. It's not going to be conversational. Though you ask questions to people and people respond in chats, that is happening in high attendees. But when it comes to low attendees, one, they are not going to chat. Second, they don't see a lot of people, so there is less energy inside the room. Cool. When there is less energy inside the room, you should go with the chill flow, where you're keeping it very cool and going with the flow and making sure that you get engaged in a conversation and not just talking. If you can just take one thing from this whole video, is where you don't talk much, rather ask a lot of questions to them and let them speak as well. Now when they're speaking, they are agreeing to what you're doing in the video, and when they're agreeing towards the end of the session, they may be in a position to make the decision. Use that as a powerful tool. That wraps up this one cool video. Thanks so much for making this one video a part of your day. The previous video that I recorded for you was what happens after they buy your course. If you don't know what happens after they buy your course, that's a video for you. 5 steps to getting high quality leads. If you're kind of stuck with advertisements, that's a video for you. The previous one of that one, I recorded 5 ways to become great at money management. So if you feel you want to upgrade your skills when it comes to money management, that video is for you. You can search for these titles, or just money strategies, or productivity strategies, or ad strategies, or YouTube strategies in the channel. You will be able to find such videos, because there are like over 200 videos already ready and published for you. More than 150 videos yet to be edited and being published, because the process is already happening. They are going to be published over a period of time. So thank you so much for making me this topic and the video part of it. I am going to see you in another exciting video. Thank you so much. Give me a 5. Thank you.